up, MP.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
All right, MP, you ready? I gotta get up early tomorrow to wait in line for some barbecue. No overtime tonight, okay?
What'd you end up doing for dinner last night? Oh, 2 eggs, scrambled, sausage, Jared just got his breakfast. I have breakfast.
2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony. A moment now to check out some numbers for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the Lakers starting group. Duran out there with McGee. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Connect. And it's Walker in at the 2. And for Dallas, they've got Anthony Davis. Gary Trent is out there with Hardy. Then there's Howard. And it's Baji in at the center filling out the middle. And guys, there's no question that MP's team is one of the best on offense. And they want to prove that good offense wins over good defense.
Yeah, and they've stood up to the goal so far, but don't expect that every time out. This is the NBA, and shooters can get hot or cold in an instant. Regardless, I expect this one to be tight.
For some news on MP, let's send it over to the decorated David Aldridge on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, as you know, MP and his team have a reputation for lighting up the scoreboard. When I asked him if we should expect another offensive barrage tonight, MP told me that's what we do, David. Every team comes in thinking they can lock us down, but I've got news for them. They can't. He's got mad confidence, Kevin.
He does. I love that kid. He does, David, indeed. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
And Davis can't get it to go.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Again, Los Angeles. And so just over a minute and a half played. Trent outside. Davis looking for an opening. Pass to Trent to end the run. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the Mavericks making a change here.
Come on, MP.
From past the arc, and he's good on the 3-ball. Walker's got 13.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Down low, stolen by McGee. And finished off by Walker.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Goodwin feeling it out. Jackson setting the pick here for Goodwin on the wing. Davis. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And the 3-point shot has been big for them. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Tari Eason is out there with Brown. Then it's Connect. Then it's Walker. And it's Bailey in at the two-guard spot. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against the Nuggets gave them an edge. He had 9 points, and as usual, he orchestrated the offense with superb passing. Performances like this are a big reason why they've been so strong to start the season. We'll see if they can keep it up tonight, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. You have to love the energy he brought in that last game.
Yeah, he was the team's driving force, and tonight, maybe more of the same.
Well, I think what he has shown is when they send two in his direction, he is willing to make the pass and trust his teammates to make plays so critical.
Los Angeles leading by 10. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Jackson dishes to Lawson. Pass to Floyd. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Floyd's got 6.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
And Walker throws it down hard.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Jackson setting the pick here for Brown. Back to Jackson. Fires the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Baji's checked in, and it's Hardy in for Brown. And the Lakers making a change here. And it's Walker penetrating. And Walker throws it down hard.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Here's Hardy. No good from outside. Lakers leading by 11. Lets it go from the wing. Out to Doncic. Walker taking his time here. That 3 off the mark. Mavericks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Jackson passes to Hardy. Launches it. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Walker's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. Dallas has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Duran, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a fixture of Mavericks games for years. Team governor, Mark Cuban.
And since buying the team in the late 90s, Cuban has really changed how we view running a team. Very involved, bringing the Mavs their first title back in 2011. Cuban's the most passionate fan in this arena. He lives with each trip down the floor.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Walker in the post.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How about that finish?
Wow.
Mavericks trail by 14. Now here's Hardy. He had 15 points last outing. Howard in the post. Rebound the Lakers. Duran's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Trent against Walker. Pass to Doncic. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night. And here's Trent outside. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
And here's Walker outside. It's the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
Great awareness in crucial situations. Nicely done.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
And hello, everybody. What an
Their three-point shooting, wow. I didn't get a math degree, but I didn't go to Shack University either. I do know.
All right, and now one of the more highly anticipated topics. Some news about trades. And that is...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Anthony Davis is out there with Howard. Then it's Gary Trent. Then there's Hardy. And it's Baji in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd.
Oh, my goodness. Gary Trent Jr. saying, Pops, I got a little hops in my game, too.
There's Walker with the 3. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. It's Baji. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Trent. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 7 rebounds in the game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in the games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Mavericks trail by 20. Howard, the pass to Hardy. Back to Howard. Trent outside. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
It's hard to believe, but Luka Doncic is still in his mid-20s. Doris, does he even have a ceiling?
That is the question, Kevin, and I'm not sure he does, because in the first part of his career, he's been all-NBA consistently, and we're talking first team multiple times. He's averaged over 30 in a season. I don't think there is a ceiling, Kevin.
Can they get it? And there's the drive.
Oh, you love to see Gary Trent Jr. put it on the deck, slice through the defense off that drive. Stop it, Gary.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Rebounded by Howard.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Now, here's Hardy. Tight defense on him. Trent kicks to Davis. It's Trent on the wing. Drops one in from the wing. Trent's got 6 in the quarter.
Trent Jr. so dangerous in catch-and-shoot situations because from the touch, it is out of his hands so quick. But you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Several teams changing it up here. Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. Mavericks trail by 18. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. We've got McGee. Tari Eason is out there with Walker. And it's Bailey in its shooting guard. Pass to Floyd. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Goodwin, guarded by Walker. Goodwin, good. Goodwin's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs. Now Walker drives to the hoop, and Walker throws it down.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Dallas shooting 43% from the field. Now, here's Goodwin, guarded by Walker. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by McGee.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Walker's shot is off. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Inside, here's Lawson. Rebound the Lakers. It's stolen. Goodwin with it. Wade on the wing. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Eason's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Walker. And good! There's another.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Davis with a screen on Walker. Offensive rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Lets the three fly. Nailed from three-point land. Walker's got 53.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
Outside, Davis. Here's Hardy. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. That's 10 points for Jaden Hardy. Lakers leading by 20. From deep. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
The Mavericks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Walker driving the lane, and Walker throws it down hard.
Listen, we all know Luka Doncic can score, but equally impressive to me is his playmaking ability.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. And here's Hardy. Floats it up for Davis. And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Here's Trent. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. The Lakers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Outside, Davis. Dallas, no good that time either.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Walker.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis, continuing to prove how dominant he is.
Walker's shot is off. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Here's Hardy. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Right side to Walker. He takes it in. Again, what an avalanche!
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Pass to Davis. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Outside, Walker. Coming inside. And Walker throws it down hard.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Trent with it. He's picked up by Walker. Looking to end his cold spell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Boy, it takes more than tight defense to bother Gary Trent Jr. It works out well for him with a trip to the foul line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Trent. Trent hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Walker fires from the wing. That one drops for him.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk.
Feeling you, MP.
It's almost game time, MP. You ready?
Whew. They in for a long night, Coach. I'm already in the zone.
Don't let that distract you from the bigger picture.
Everything I do is about winning championships, Coach. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about championships. I'm talking about your teammates. To achieve your goal for us to become a truly dominant offensive machine, you got to trust. And not just talk about it or think about it, you have to live it. Share the ball. Run the plays. Trust the scheme. That's the only way to get where you want to go.
I got you, Coach.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at the Lakers, things stacking up nicely for them so far. Number one in their conference and looking formidable.
I think for Los Angeles, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
And one thing we continue to monitor with this team is how they perform offensively. You might remember, MP declared to the world that he wants this team to be an offensive juggernaut and steamroll over the top defensive teams in the league.
Well, this is what setting a specific goal can do for you. MP wanted his team to have a point of focus.
Oh, no. Look out! Ruthless! How is the hoop still standing?
Ooh. And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. With a new season underway, what are some areas that are challenging for players to get used to again, Grant?
You know, B.A., I think being on the road again in general, making sure you continue to eat right, get the proper rest, getting into a routine as quickly as possible. That's what's the most challenging at first.
Sends it home from three-point land.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Walker. Again, the Lakers. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
Caffey can't hit. The Lakers have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Here's Caffey, and his scoring average impressive, putting up 17 a game. Right with a screen on Walker. Caffey can't hit.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink one of their first 5 shots.
And it's Walker off the drive, and the jam by Walker.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Charlotte has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Clock at 4. Here's Caffey. No good on the triple.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Grizzlies delivered quite a performance. He scored 64 points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. A virtuoso performance that will be remembered for a very long time. Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad. Some changes for Los Angeles. Eason's checked in for Bailey, and Doncic has subbed in for Walker. Jaime Jaquez has checked in for Charlotte. Rupert comes in for Miller. Changes for Los Angeles. Brown comes in for Duren, and it's Walker in for McGee. There's a minute 12 left in the first. For 3. And Walker with the 3. Walker's got 16 points.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Miller against Walker. Miller can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 16. Pass to connect. To the inside. Walker for 3. Oh, he's on fire. 8 for 8 and just looking relentless.
He's lighting them up. Tough to strategize a comeback when you're being run over.
Miller outside. Here's Rupert. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Huff. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Charlotte again missing.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's Walker. Oh, the teardrop falls in. Walker's got 21.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And that's it for the first quarter in what has been a very lopsided game. Lakers ahead, delivering the... We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, Lakers look pretty much in control here.
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
And so in the game for the Hornets, we've got Jaime Jaquez, and it's Rupert in at the 2 spot. Huff can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 21. Walker for 3. Rupert grabs the board.
After nailing 3 trays to start this game, he's gone silent here in the second quarter.
Huff, the pass to Miller. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
Walker for 3. That won't go either for Walker. Hornets trail by 19. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Walker against Miller. Shoots over Walker. Miller can't get it to go.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Count that one. Walker's got 23.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Miller against Walker. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Taking a look at some numbers here for him.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
Connects checked in for Los Angeles. Bailey comes in for Winslow. Here's Walker. Oh, steps back and drains the jumper. Walker's gotten 4 this quarter.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Right with a screen on Doncic. Rupert, plenty of room to knock down that one. Rupert's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending. Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Miller, the pass to Wright. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Miller finds Jaquez. He shoots it. Rebound by the Lakers. They've been playing excellent team basketball. 9 wins in a row.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, knocked backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Now.
Foot on the gas, MP. Get in there.
Pass to Caffey. Here's Rupert. Cuts off the pass. And it's the Lakers on the break. From downtown. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Connect. Connect's got his 3rd assist of the night. Here's Caffey. Walker covering. Here's Rupert. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. And the jam by Walker.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
26 seconds left in the first half of this game. Pass to Wright. Here's Doherty. Just 4 to shoot. And from 16 feet away, he cans it. Give him 8 points now.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
And the jam by Walker. Was a big hammer right there. And so it's Los Angeles with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
You never know how long it will take for a rookie to adjust to the NBA game, but these guys have figured it out quickly.
Yeah, it's been a smooth start to the season for them. Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Lakers.
When you could dominate on the board,
that does it for halftime. Let's get back to game.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. They've got Duren, Walker out there with Connect, and it's McGee in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. And here's Wright from the arc. On target from range. Wright's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Walker's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. When this game is done...
Oh! Wow!
Big finish right there!
What a finish.
Wow!
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Well, the Hornets shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Pass to Miller. On the clock. Hauled in by McGee.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Walker for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Caffey passes to Doherty. Duren with a steal. Walker for 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half, coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
Miller outside. And here's Wright from the arc. The Lakers with a rebound.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, B.A., he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
The shot's good.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Here's Caffey. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Out left to the wing. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Wright with the bucket. Wright's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Walker for three. He can't get that one to fall.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Lets it fly. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Walker. And Caffey pulls it down.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Miller outside. Pass to Wright. 5 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Caffey misses the 3.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, but right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Walker for 3. Sinks the tray. Walker's got 47 points.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
The 3 gets the 3 to fall. He's got 11.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Charlotte has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Inside, here's Doherty. Second chance effort. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Duren. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by McGee. Walker's got 15 points in just the second half. Right outside. Walker covering. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Lakers. Jaime Jaquez is checked in for Charlotte. From deep three-point land. Good. He hits again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Here's Caffey. Walker covering. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Shoots. Miller pulls it in.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And so, it's the Los Angeles Lakers just dominating the opposition as they maintain a 36-point advantage. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a...
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. On the floor for Charlotte, they've got Brandon Miller. And it's Doherty in at the center position, locking down the middle. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Number 10, Justice Winslow.
Go over.
Here's Caffey. Right on the right side. Miller on the wing. And miss after miss right now. Los Angeles has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Pass to Caffey. Over Walker. Again the miss by the Hornets.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Takes the three. Knocks down the triple. Walker's got 55.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Caffey, good.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh yeah, you're done.
And here are the Lakers. They're on a 14-6 run. Walker for three. The rebound by Doherty. Doherty's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Caffey. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
You know, for a while now, the NBA has done a last 2 minutes report on games. Richard, how do you think the players feel about this?
I can tell you how I feel. I don't like the 2-minute report. I think it does absolutely nothing to help the basketball game. Guys are frustrated. They need to move on. If they walk into the next game worried about the last 2-minute report, are they really focused on that game?
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
And it's Doherty missing. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the fourth.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says, in a great win for the Lakers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And they add to the win column, their 19th victory this year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for the professor.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game, saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
It's blocked. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
No good on the quick three.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Nice shot by Walker.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Count it. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
The three ball. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
right, MP. They can't stop you.
Solid effort tonight on both ends. Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with it.
There he is.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
Oh, say does that star-spangled...
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. For players, has the wear and tear already set in?
It can. Sometimes it's the accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you reeling.
Well, as we know, MP has made it a point to play well and win against these good defenses. They've put it out there, and their opponents have come in wanting to prove them wrong.
And you can't do much better than they have against the top defenses in the league. MP in this offense, they've been impressive, even more so because these teams know they're coming in looking to specifically perform well against them. Even with that pressure, they've been able to get the job done.
So with James on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Daniels. Cameron Johnson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Cardinal in at point guard. Now, here's Walker. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. About a minute played so far here in the first. Anunoby passes to Cardinal. Zubac, a screen on Doncic. Here's Cardinal. Good on the triple.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Shot's good by Walker.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws here tonight. That free throw good from Daniels. He's off on the second. Johnson kicks to Anunoby. And the Clippers miss again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Walker. Takes it off the glass. Walker's got his third basket of the night right there.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Cardinal passes to Johnson. The rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Walker goes in. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Clippers moving the ball around. John McCall will be against Dalton Connect. That's his first.
We're going out there. No let up.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Kings. We've got...
Oh, wow. Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And here's Johnson outside. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's Walker out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. They've got the opportunity to get the lead back.
And they've been waiting for this chance all game long.
Pass to Iguodaro. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Winslow. Here's Walker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain personality. Brent, do coaches try to shape that personality based on their roster?
Kevin, it's a great question, and I think the best coaches in our league adapt to the personality of the team as it starts to formulate throughout the season. You lean in to what guys naturally are. Some success comes with that.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rejected by Walker. Taken away. Here's Bufkin. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Johnson can't get it to go. The Lakers in the lead. Baseline jumper. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And that's 15 points for Walker.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Bufkin rejected by Walker. Oh, and here comes Walker all alone.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. As a junior college product, Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee, and there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
And so here are the Clippers after the basket by the Lakers. Johnson inside, covered by Winslow. Tatum on the wing, stolen by Connect, all by himself. Stolen by Tatum. Outside, James. And nothing is falling for him right now. Lakers leading by 8. Here's Walker, and he drives in, and Walker throws it down.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Well, guys, the professor in that last outing against the Rockets lit up the floor. He scored an incredible number of points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. The level he played at in that one was incredible. Now, he always wants to play his best against their rivals, and to say the least, mission accomplished. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Pass to Daniels. Here is Cardinal. To the paint. Trying to find Anunoby. Gets it to him. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Anunoby's got 5 now.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And here's Walker outside. Will not go down. This number 3 on 12 tries from the floor. Here is Cardinal, guarded by Doncic. Cardinal kicks to Daniels. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Bailey. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. Here's McGee. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. He's got 5.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pass to Daniels. Here is Cardinal, guarded by Walker. Oh, and here comes Walker all alone. Here's Eason. And that one is good. Eason's got his second bucket of the night.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Here is Cardinal, guarded by Walker. Now Anunoby. Off with the layup. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And the first half is now in the books. Lakers ahead, ending the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-5 run. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement.
Well, it's been a stampede in transition. They'll run it right down your throat if you let them.
I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to...
Okay, and now moving on to what's... And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from the professor.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Cardinal. Cameron Johnson is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here is Cardinal. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Lakers with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
It's good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The Clippers shooting 39% from the floor, at their best. And when it comes to Jalen Duren, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical and strong and can rebound and gives you a...
Oh! Yikes. I mean, that's a rugged play.
Gracious. You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To stop the run, and that one's good. Daniels. Daniels has got his third bucket of the night.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, the Professor.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
Lets it fly, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Hits it from three-point range. Walker's got 36.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
Takes it inside. Daniels, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
A nice shot by Doncic.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. D.A., thank you. Pass to Daniels. Now here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, man, how about Johnson coming at you with some power to get the finish?
Fires from way outside. Walker's shot is off. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Daniels passes to Anunoby. This one for three. Daniels, no good.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime. Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Rejected by Walker. Now here is McGee. 5 points in the game. Shots good by Walker. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Cardinal, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
With some arc. Nice tee from Doncic.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Lakers ahead, running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So it's the Lakers taking care of business.
Bettina, let's go with you. Hey.
So your team hasn't just been winning. I mean, you've been overrunning teams like an offensive tsunami. So what do you think is the bigger spark? Is it something in the team as a whole or in you and your game?
Offensive tsunamis, I like that. You know, because tsunamis are caused by earthquakes, you know, and by the time the water rises, you miss out on everything that happened out of sight underneath the surface, you know. And when you see that wave coming, you don't ask where that wave came from. You just get the heck out of the way. You know what I mean?
It's true.
This is good. Great question. Thank you.
And Pete, good question for you.
That's right, MP. They can't stop you.
Proud of how you handled that. Your teammates will love
Pay
it.
the bills, baby.
Feeling you, MP.
The story continues. This chapter. Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on two. Grant, you think it's too early in the season to try and forecast where teams are going to end up?
You know, B.A., yes and no. I think we have a handful of teams whose fates might already be determined, but we always have a couple of surprise teams that come out of nowhere. That's what makes the season so much fun to watch.
Well, when you look at MP's team, they are dynamite offensively, one of the top units in the NBA. But the statement by MP that they were intent on beating all top defensive teams in their path, that decree still echoes around the NBA.
And lately, this team's offense has been running like a well-oiled machine, sort of like a bulldozer plowing through a thorny hedge. They're stacking up wins, and it's because of how overpowering they've been on this end. MP wants to make sure they continue to dominate like they have been.
And the Lakers starting five. They've got Luka Doncic. He's out there with Walker. Jalen Duren out there with Tari Eason. And it's McGee in at the 4 slot. Now here's Walker. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so here is Toronto after the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And it's 6'10". Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Now here's Dick. We saw him with 11 points in his last game.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
Here's Walker. Rebound Toronto. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad.
Last season, they got swept in a 2-game season series against this opponent. I'm sure they're looking for payback tonight.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference with any top team. They want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Walker. And the jam by Walker.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And it's good for 2. Walker's got 11 points.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the professor in the last outing against the Nuggets was a big factor. He scored 64 points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Walker's shot is off. And here's Don. Doncic outside, drops in the 3.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Outside Sharp. Eason against Ingram. It's deflected. Walker in the post. And the jam by Walker.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man.
Memorable. Keep that one in the career highlight reel for sure.
Some changes for Los Angeles. Bailey comes in for Eason. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Luka Doncic. Outside Ingram. Kicks it out to Barnes. And here's Ingram. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Good on the bucket.
And the passing of Ingram, I mean, setting up his teammates and distributing the ball the way he does, effortless.
Walker for 3. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Here's Ingram. Duran with a rebound. The Lakers lead by 10. Oh! Whoa! Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Barnes with a screen on Walker. Outside Barnes. Shoots over McGee. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break up 12. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. We'll be back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And so in the game for the Lakers, Walker out there with Murray. And it's Bailey in at the small forward position. To the middle. Here's Topic. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Topic has got his second bucket on the night.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Walker's shot is off. Raptors trail by 13. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by Cook.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Walker for three. Second shot opportunity. The shot by Cook, no good. For Toronto, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Pass to Topic. Fires the three. Rebounded by Cook. Cook's got 4 rebounds in the game. Walker for 3. Hits the trifecta. Walker's got 26 points.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for Toronto. It's a 16-point game. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
They hit a couple big shots, but overall there was a lack of consistency. Just not their night at the offensive end.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Here's Walker. Toronto making their last shot. Fires in the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Barnes doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. And he lobs it up top. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. And a moment now to take a look at a terrific player who has earned the Player of the Week in the Western Conference.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
Brandon Ingram is checked in for Toronto. Sharp comes in for Hall. McGee, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Eason comes in for Cook. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Toronto making a switch here. Dick's checked in. Luka Doncic is checked in for the Lakers. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up, Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play, trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
So it's Toronto now, following the score by Los Angeles. Forte passes to Barnes. And here's Dick, guarded by Doncic. They get the rebound. Sharp. And that one hits the back iron.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offense in transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. On offense, here are the Lakers. They're on a 13-4 run. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
Oh, man, they have really heated up from mid-range.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Walker for 3. He buries it from 3. Walker's got 40 points.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
To the paint. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. Toronto shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Sharp. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Toronto. And the Lakers also making a switch. Duran's checked in. Both free throws good from Sharp. 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. And for Toronto, they're shooting just 35% from the floor. Walker for three. Pure from three-point range. Walker's got 43 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Ingram finds Poeltl. Three-pointer Sharp.
Oh, at the buzzer! Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's Los Angeles delivering the blowout. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Toronto Raptors.
A lot of bricks out there. Reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man. Take it to the paint. Man up.
Man up is correct. These teams often get addicted, Shaq, to the three. Time for some intervention here. What's your plan B, please?
And moving on, let's take a peek at how the East is shaping up here in the midseason.
Taking a look here now at Toronto. They've been hanging around the upper echelon, playing with good energy. Feels like the chemistry is right with this team. They put themselves in the championship discussion.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's Dick. Barnes and Poeltl down low at the 4 and 5. Dick is out there with Sharp, and it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Walker for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Sharp passes to Poeltl.
Lakers foul. Walker. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Down low. Here's Dick. Walker pulls down the board.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
Three-pointer. Rebound, Toronto.
Hey, who's watching now?
Ingram on the wing. Defended by Eason. And again, Toronto no good.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
And the basket is good.
Boy, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Here's Sharp, following the score by Los Angeles. Dick with it. Now Doncic defending. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Dick, launches it.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
Walker for 3. It's rebounded by Dick. The Raptors have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Barnes passes to Sharp, and here's Ingram. Takes a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Ingram's got 5.
Well, they get 1 to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Let's have a look at the early favorites to compete in this year's three-point contest. Many of the top shooters in the league.
Most of these guys are going to collect a ton of votes. And if this is who makes the final cut, then it's going to be a year to remember.
You look at Walker. He occupies the top spot in voting. We'll very likely see him in the three-point shooting competition.
And he might already be the favorite. When he gets in a groove, he's automatic.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now, but this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
And got it! Another basket! And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Toronto's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor. And Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. A deep 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Barnes has got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Sharp. Outside Ingram. Pass to Barnes. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They'll be playing host to New Orleans for their next one. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's Dick. 6 points for him. Lets a 3 fly. And Barnes with a basket. The assist by Pirtle. Barnes has got 5.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Barnes with it. Covered by McGee. Deflected. Walker against Ingram. It's stolen by Ingram. Outside Sharp. To the paint. Here's Dick. Lays it up and banks it in. Dick's got 4 points this quarter.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Walker for 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Three-pointer Sharp. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Topic is checked in for Sharp. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Brown, he's checked in for Duren. Winslow comes in for McGee. Bailey's checked in for Eason. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Luka Doncic. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Outside Dick. Pass to Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a...
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. So long and good night, everyone.